Looks like fun, doesn't it? Well, what have I told you? You could be out there in something like a 2000 Hyundai Accent with some very, very minor modifications to make it ready for Motorkhana. Hey guys, this is what I've been talking about. Probably a $200 rally car. It's had a little bit of work done to it though. It's a 2000 Hyundai Accent. This form of motorsport, Motorkhana, that you've probably never heard of, is like circuit racing on the dirt where it sometimes changes a little. So second gear is probably the highest speed you're going to get to, but you get to go flat out on that circuit. So I liken it, and I can't help, I come from motorbikes. It's like you've got motocross and supercross. This is like a little supercross track without the jumps. I'll talk you through some of the details on this car. Although it's not compulsory, this car is fitted with 15-inch wheels, which we recommend that everyone has 14 or 15-inch wheels, and it's got rally tyres. But as you can see on this circuit here, it's quite grippy, so normal road tyres will do. But I would be certainly suggesting rally tyres. So let's get on to what you have to do to the car. So it has to have a fire extinguisher fitted, for obvious reasons in case there's a fire, and it needs to be accessible to the driver. So this one here, this is probably a Bunnings one or a Bunnings one, and the driver can easily get to that. We need to think about it when you're strapped in and got a harness on, that you can actually still get to the fire extinguisher. Now this car here, the owner has moved the battery to the boot, and that's a good idea because it actually gives you more space under the engine bay and better weight distribution. But you don't have to do that. But what you do have to do is the positive terminal needs to be taped, and it needs a blue triangle, which it has over here, that actually shows the location of the battery. And in the inside, the rough rule when this car goes through scrutineering is that it has nothing loose in it. So nothing that could be a projectile that could fly away and hit you. So make no mistake, this is fully fledged racing. Check out this, these guys even have a water truck that goes around to keep the dust under control. Makes it much nicer for the competitors and also for the spectators. Maybe not so good for the competitor that goes out straight after the water truck, so you're slipping around a little bit and your times will be much slower, but nevertheless, it's a great feature and I was impressed that they do that. Alright, so that is Motorkhana racing. Looks and feels like real rally racing. We're on a circuit in a full-size car going as fast as we can. Although we're only getting up to second gear, it still looks like it's fast. And probably because of that, I need to explain the regulations and why some people might really think they're light on. Because we're not doing a lot to the car. We're really chucking a fire extinguisher in it, or making sure that it's secured properly, marking where the battery is and taping up the positive terminal of the battery, and then making sure there's nothing loose on the inside. And obviously the car also needs to be in safe operating condition, so no loose wheel bearings, things like that, and they're checked during scrutineering. So really it's quite light on the prep. We're not having a roll cage like we've got in here, racing seats or racing harnesses, and some people might be concerned or wonder why that is. And that's because the speeds are lower. Because we're only getting up into second gear, if there was an accident, if we hit something or roll over, the consequences are a lot lower than if we were doing 100 k's an hour, 130, 200 k's an hour. So that's one of the reasons. And also the prep to the car, because the circuit is quite smooth and the speeds are lower, the car doesn't need to be as durable. And by durable, I mean it doesn't need to be seam welded, doesn't need strut braces, doesn't need coilover rally suspension, doesn't need to be raised, probably doesn't need a sump guard and all the other preparations that we do for a rally car. Now you can do that, and a lot of people will do that if they get enjoyment from that, but it's not essential. So this is grassroots racing, really affordable, lots of fun, seems to be quite fast, great bunch of people. Speaking of a great bunch of people, we filmed this action at the Whitsunday Sporting Club in the Whitsundays, so please hit up their Facebook page or check out their website, Whitsunday Sporting Car Club, and inquire about how you can get into this exciting form of motorsport. I was about to say new, but it's not really new. It's just that it's hidden. Not a lot of people know about it. So check it out. And until next time. Yeah, go.